Forget social media algorithms. Forget fighting for attention on TikTok and Instagram. The highest ROI online business model that almost nobody is talking about in 2024 is the email newsletter. And the numbers are wild. We're talking regular people, not influencers, not celebrity brands. People who started writing about a topic they know, built an audience of a few thousand subscribers, and are now generating $3,000, $5,000, even $10,000 per month from email, an email list you own that nobody can take away from you with an algorithm change. In this video, I'm breaking down exactly how the newsletter business model works, what it takes to build one, and how you start making real money from it. Let's go. Social media reach is in freefall. The average organic reach on Instagram for business accounts is about 5%. Facebook is even worse. You post to 10,000 followers and maybe 500 see it. You pour time into content that disappears in the algorithm void. An email newsletter has typical open rates of 30 to 50% for engaged lists. When someone is subscribed and interested, they open your emails. You're not fighting an algorithm, you're landing directly in their inbox with their permission. Email addresses are also assets you own. Your Instagram following can be wiped out by a policy change, a hack, or an algorithm update. Your email list lives with you in your email service provider account. You can export it, you can move it, nobody can take it away. The monetization options are multiple. Sponsorships, companies pay to be featured, paid subscriptions, affiliate marketing, recommending products for a commission, selling your own products or courses, and consulting services. Many newsletter operators combine several of these. And the startup cost? Near zero. A free Beehive or Substack account, a domain name, and your knowledge. That's it. Your newsletter topic determines your audience, which determines your monetization potential. This is the most important decision, and most people either rush it or overthink it. The winning formula is the intersection of three things: what you know, what you're interested in, and what there's commercial value in knowing about. High-value newsletter niches, because they attract advertisers who pay well: finance, investing, personal finance, crypto, career development, job search, salary negotiation, real estate investing, entrepreneurship and business, health and fitness, specific sub-niches, technology and AI, marketing and growth, B2B topics, topics for business owners or professionals. Why niche focus matters. A newsletter called Financial Independence Tips for Teachers is more valuable per subscriber than a generic personal finance newsletter because the audience is specific and cohesive. Advertisers targeting teachers or education professionals will pay a premium to reach an audience of 2,000 engaged teachers over a generic list of 10,000 mixed subscribers. Niching down also makes it easier to grow, because you can target the exact communities where your ideal reader hangs out. Validation before launch. Before you commit to a topic, answer these questions honestly. Are there already brands advertising to this audience? Good sign. It means there's money in the niche. Are there communities online, subreddits, Facebook groups, Twitter X followings, focused on this topic? Tells you there's an engaged audience to reach. Do you have genuine knowledge or experience in this area that would make your newsletter worth reading? A newsletter lives or dies on its content quality and consistency. Readers subscribe because the content is useful. They stay subscribed because it keeps showing up reliably. Formats that work well. Curated newsletters. You find the best content from around the internet on your topic, add your commentary and context, and deliver a curated roundup. Lower content creation effort. Example: here are the 5 most important stories in real estate investing this week, and here's what I think they mean for investors like you. Original analysis newsletters. You write original takes, insights, and education on your topic. Higher effort, but typically builds stronger audience loyalty and is easier to monetize with paid subscriptions. Case study story newsletters. Every issue features a story, someone who did something notable in your niche. Highly readable format. Hybrid. Many successful newsletters mix curated content with original commentary. Cadence, weekly, is the most common and sustainable cadence for solo newsletter operators. Daily newsletters can work but require significant time investment and risk burnout. Start weekly. Be consistent. Don't skip. Readers who don't hear from you for 2 weeks start to forget you. Length. There's no single right answer. Some of the best newsletters are 500-word focused insights. Others are 2,000-word deep dives. Match the length to the depth your audience wants. Test and see what your readers engage with most. The subject line. This is what determines whether your email gets opened. Treat it like a headline. It needs to create curiosity or convey a clear, immediate benefit. Issue number 47 is a terrible subject line. The investing mistake that cost this guy $200,000 and how to avoid it is a much better one. You can't monetize subscribers you don't have. Growth is the work, and there are proven channels. Referral programs. Built-in features on Beehive and Sparkloop let you reward existing subscribers for referring friends. Offer a free guide, a free resource, or exclusive content to readers who refer a certain number of new subscribers. This creates word-of-mouth growth almost automatically. Social media cross-promotion. Every platform where you're active should be pointing people toward your newsletter. Your Twitter X bio, your LinkedIn profile, your Instagram bio, all pointing to a sign-up link. Post newsletter excerpts on social platforms as teasers. Lead magnets. Offer something valuable for free in exchange for an email subscription. A free guide, a template, a resource list, a mini course. Subscribe and get my free, desirable thing. Converts significantly better than just subscribe for my newsletter. Directory listings. There are directories of newsletters in specific niches. Substack's discovery features, Beehive's boosts ecosystem, newsletter directories, where you can get listed and get discovered. Cross-promotions. Partner with other newsletters in complementary niches for mutual promotions. You mention their newsletter to your readers, they mention yours to theirs. This is one of the fastest and cheapest ways to grow once you have an initial audience. Content marketing. Write articles or threads on Medium, LinkedIn, Reddit, or Twitter X on topics relevant to your newsletter. At the end of every piece, invite people to subscribe for more. This inbound approach compounds over time. The goal, 1,000 engaged subscribers, is the launching pad. At 1,000 subscribers with 40% plus open rates, you can start approaching smaller sponsors. At 5,000 plus, you're in conversations with real advertising budgets. Let me break down each model so you understand what's realistic at different stages. Sponsorships. This is the most common monetization method for newsletters. A company pays you to include their ad in your newsletter. Pricing is typically based on your subscriber count and open rate. The standard metric is CPM, cost per mil, per thousand, but newsletters often quote rates differently. A common approach: I charge X dollars per issue for one featured sponsor placement and Y dollar for a secondary placement. What can you charge? At 1,000 subscribers, $50 to $150 issue for a primary sponsor. At 5,000 subscribers, $200 to $500 issue. At 10,000 plus subscribers in a business or finance niche, $500 to $2,000 issue. At weekly cadence, with 10,000 subscribers and 2 sponsors per issue at $400 each, that's $3,200 a month from sponsorships alone. The math scales. Paid subs, subscriptions. If your content is genuinely valuable and differentiated, a paid tier makes sense. Platforms like Substack make paid subscriptions easy to set up. Common pricing, $7 to $15 a month, or $50 to $100 per year. With 500 paid subscribers at $10 a month, that's $5,000 a month in recurring revenue, independent of any sponsorships. Affiliate marketing. You recommend products or services relevant to your niche and earn a commission on referrals. For finance newsletters, software, investing platforms, and financial products often have affiliate programs. For business newsletters, software tools and services. The key is recommending things you genuinely use and believe in. Readers trust you, and you shouldn't abuse that. Own products, courses. Once you have an engaged audience, selling your own products, a course, an ebook, a template pack, consulting, has the highest margins. Your list is your customer base. Let's be real for a second. Building a newsletter to $5,000 a month doesn't happen in 2 weeks. It's a real business that requires consistent effort. Here's the honest timeline. Month 1 to 3, setting up, creating your first issues, getting your first 100-200 subscribers. This phase is about learning, testing, and finding your voice. Month 3-6, consistent publishing, growing toward 501,000 subscribers, testing your first monetization approaches, maybe landing a small sponsor. Month 6 to 12, building toward 2,000 to 5,000 subscribers, sponsorships becoming meaningful, paid tiers if relevant. Year 1 2 plus, crossing into $2,000 to $5,000 a month territory, potentially higher depending on niche and execution. The people who make real money from newsletters are the ones who stick with it past the first 3 months when growth feels slow. The compounding nature of list growth, referrals, word of mouth, improving content, means it accelerates over time. The question isn't whether this works, it demonstrably works. There are thousands of operators at every income level running profitable newsletters right now. The question is whether you'll commit to the time horizon it takes to build. Email newsletters are not sexy. They're not going viral on TikTok, but they are one of the most sustainable, platform-independent ways to build an income around what you know. You own the audience. You control the product. The upside is real. Pick a topic. Write your first 3 issues this week, even if no one's reading yet. Launch and start building. Like and subscribe for weekly income strategy content. Drop a comment with what topic you'd build a newsletter around. Seriously, I want to hear your ideas. See you next week.